Welcome to another episode of The Mediators.
The Mediators.
I've got Nate here with me, your other host, Brody, and we are going to be talking about one of the most beloved franchises of all time.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Uncharted.
Yeah, it's a good franchise. People generally like it.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
So, the movie came out. We saw it. We saw it not just once, but several times. I saw it twice.
Twice, yeah.
I don't know if you saw it
No,
time.
just twice. Several times.
Several times.
Twice.
So, between the two of us, 4 times.
Yeah, okay.
Sure, yeah.
At the same time.
At the same time, so
yeah.
it works out.
Why not?
And we want to talk a little bit about, as lovers of the game series, what Uncharted was. And
what it wasn't.
And what it wasn't. It was definitely something.
Yeah.
To say the least.
It was a movie.
It was a movie. With a character named Nathan Drake.
Peter Parker.
And a character named Victor Sullivan.
Mark Wahlberg.
And a character named Chloe Fraser.
Chloe Fraser.
And several other characters.
Antonio Banderas.
Did I write down his name?
Mondego? No. It was the Mondot film.
We've seen this twice, and I
like
still
that.
can't remember his name. I just wrote down Antonio.
Moncada. So that family.
And so you have these characters. Aren't exactly accurate to the source material, but they are characters.
Barely.
They're characters.
Yeah.
And we are going to discuss a little bit about pros and cons of this movie. So I've been listening to the audiobook that was released with the movie. And
what was the audiobook?
The audiobook is... What do you mean by...
What is it?
It's the audiobook of the movie.
Like, is it the script?
No, it's the book. It's the novelization, but the audio version of that. So, but it's voiced by Nolan North.
Yeah.
The voice actor for the character, Nathan Drake.
The true Nathan Drake.
And I was telling you this, but I'm like, I'm not so convinced that the script was the problem with this movie, because listening to him say the lines was so much more believable than Tom Holland's take on it.
Huh.
That's
interesting, yeah.
Just because playing the games and then watching the movie and then listening to the games mixed with the movie is kind of what I'm taking from this. I'm like, yeah, no, okay, it sounds much more like Nathan Drake when it's him saying it.
Right.
And that might just be his way of selling it.
But, no, yeah, because he is Nathan Drake. But if you had a good actor...
Yeah.
They would be able to not impersonate, but make it their own instead of being not Nathan Drake. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Nathan Fillion when they did that
short film.
It wasn't Nathan Drake, but it was Nathan Fillion as Nathan Drake, and it was Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Tom Holland.
But I think captured enough of the essence of the character.
Yeah, the essence of it.
It was that was the biggest thing. It was several of the characters. So Chloe Fraser's character had to me the essence of the character. You know, she's like, okay, is she really on your side? Is she not? And she definitely was not in the movie.
No, yeah.
She was constantly.
Well, she's not against you. She was for herself.
She's for herself, which was very accurate to the games.
Yeah.
She's always been out for herself, and she kind of grows as that character throughout the games.
Right.
And this is another thing that kind of cracked me up was even the audio novelization. I'm just gonna call it the novelization from here on out. The novelization of the movie. Because it's just it was the movie first and then the book.
Yeah.
That's why I called the novelization of it, or the book of the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Was they go way more in depth on and I'm just at the beginning, the meeting of Nathan Drake and Sully was way more fleshed out in the book.
How does that happen though, right?
His first encounter is not at the end of the night type of thing. He comes in and he's pretending to be kind of a rich guy, and he's testing him, so he leaves his money clip there on accident. And then he sees if Nathan returns it, and he does. And so he's like, then that tells me that you're not just you're smart about it kind of a thing.
Interesting.
So it was there's more interactions.
That was actually frustrating. It was why wouldn't they put that in the movie?
Time. I would assume it's a runtime type of an issue.
They could have taken out some stuff. like year one gripe with
Oh man.
the two scenes with Antonio Banderas and his dad.
I still do not like that. And we'll get into.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know.
But the beginning of it, and again, this I think it even starts off. So at the very beginning was good with him falling out of the plane, the flashback type thing. That was
it's
Uncharted.
a good that
was a good
because that's how we got into the second game, right? I do all of them start with
first. It's just the second one.
The fourth one didn't it?
Yeah, okay, technically the boat chase.
Yeah, the boat chase, and then we go back.
And the third one started with technically also the same thing with the brawl in London, which was
that wasn't a flashback, was it? Or a flash forward?
It was.
Was it?
Well, okay, I say it wasn't. It was current time, but we had a flashback after that to his childhood.
Oh well, no, that doesn't count.
You're right. Yeah. So there was a time jump, but it wasn't.
So 50% of the time with Uncharted games, they introduce you.
Well, maybe not. I don't know what a Golden Abyss does.
Okay, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. A good percentage of the time with the Uncharted games, they do start you in the middle of like basically the climax, kind of.
It's close to it.
Close to the climax. It's a big set piece, basically, and then after something happens, the chair keeps squeaking. They go back to how it started, basically, which is fine. It's fun. Yeah, that's cool. That works for Uncharted because you're like, oh, what's this? What's happening?
I will say this. The book also starts off with a quote, like an old poem type quote, which the movie does not. I don't remember starting off with that.
I think it did not. Did it literally? It literally just started with the sound of the wind going and then the ring.
Yeah.
Huh.
It did not start off with a quote. So that was interesting too.
Yeah, that's
all of the games.
That's a fail. That's a mishap, if you will.
Which again, it's a small little thing, I guess.
But if it was put in, that would have been such a big thing. It's like, oh yeah, they get it. They get that. It's like because every game starts and then something with the quote has something to do with the main story.
And it's a quote from like the pirate that they're
Sir Francis Drake
searching for his treasure, or
Henry Avery in the fourth one or whatever.
So the quote ties directly into Lawrence of Arabia, the third one. The story itself. This one didn't have any. The movie didn't have any of that.
Yeah. That stinks.
Yeah, okay. It was an easy thing, an easy win that they could have had.
That's a good one. Easy win.
An easy win. Which, it does not take any effort at all.
No. As a movie, whatever. As an Uncharted movie,
should have done better.
Kind of missed the ball on that.
So, I mean, that was interesting. They had the flashbacks to when he was a kid.
Yes.
Which
still doesn't.
It doesn't add
It's
up.
supposed to be 10 years ago? Is that right?
So I wrote on 15 years earlier. The book says 11.
The book says 11. And then
the movie
says 15.
I'm pretty sure the movie said. I wrote 15 down when we were watching the movie.
If novelization says 11, that makes sense. Yeah. Right. Because he's... No, it still doesn't make sense. No, it does make sense. Because in the movie,
Tom Holland...
The kid does not look...
Oh, yeah.
As young as they're trying to make it out to be.
He's supposed to be 10, right? In the movie.
Yes.
He's supposed to be 10. He looks at least 13.
Yeah. No, he's supposed to be like 8.
Oh, is he 8?
It's supposed to be like young.
He is young. And it's just like,
and he's
not looking.
Yeah, no. This kid's about to hit puberty. This does not make sense at all.
It's those hormones, man. The growth hormones are putting in our food.
Yeah. The GMOs. The GMOs. That's what it is.
That's bizarre.
It's not a bad flashback. It gives you the character.
You get some of the things
the
that
love of history, the discovery,
the lighter. The trick of using it to see secret messages on paper.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
It shows you the world map.
Introduces his brother, introduces the conflict that, he left and he promised to come back.
Yeah.
And that kind of sets up Nathan Drake's start of the journey, the hero's journey type thing, I guess he's on.
Yeah.
And, like I said, it was okay. I felt like... What were they going to do when they got that map? They were going to sell it, right?
No, they were going to try and go and find it. Did they know it was the last gold?
See, that was a little confusing.
They were like, oh, it's around his first circumnavigation, whatever, around the world. And they're like, nah, that wasn't him. It was his crewmates that did it because he died in the Philippines.
So they introduced with the treasure and the whole hunt.
Did they say the treasure in the movie at the beginning?
No, they did not.
They didn't.
I'm pretty sure they were going to steal it just to sell it.
Yeah, I was like, they were literally just kind of geeking out about it, and then we didn't get to see it.
And they were going to steal it.
And then, this cracks me up, because the guards show up, and there's a very clearly an ADR line, where, like, the people, they're, like, a good 15 feet away, and it sounds like it's, like, literally right behind your ears, like, hey, you, stop right there. But you can tell they're saying something completely different in the background. Like, they're also saying stop. But it's like, the mixing and it's very clearly not a good ADR line or whatever.
No, it was interesting. Another thing that they introduced was the bubble gum in the beginning right there.
Right, yeah.
The weird
which comes back
bubble gum
twice, technically, and only once is it useful.
It's not useful. I get, okay, yeah, but you don't even have to introduce that at all. You just have, so he comes back again when he's in when they're stealing something, he puts it in
the auction house.
He puts the thing to clip the door from closing. I'm just saying, you could have just had him chewing gum and not like bubblegum is in a movie is not something you have to reference. You know, it's not something you're like, oh, I need to set this up that the character's chewing bubblegum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum.
I guess it was to make it seem like he liked it because Sam gave a piece to him.
I mean,
like there's no communication of that and there's no sentimentality of it. Excuse me. At the very end, he gives one to Sully, and Sully just throws it out the window, and they don't care.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, no, he didn't even say that was my last piece. That Sam says to Nate in the flashback.
Yeah,
that doesn't even happen. It's kind of. I thought it was okay. It was in a little bit too much. Like they didn't need to throw it up at the very end.
Yeah.
Or maybe just have it not in the flashback.
It felt like a gimmick that a movie studio thought would resonate with other people because it wasn't like a name brand type thing, like a big one. Yeah. Bubble Yum, like.
It's just bubble.
But it felt like something like, oh, you know, an executive's like, you know what, the kids love bubblegum. Let's throw that in there. Let's have Nathan Drake talk about bubblegum. But we can't call it bubblegum. We gotta call it Bubble Yum.
And he just uses it to...
I mean...
It makes sense.
I'm gonna look at it. Is that an actual thing?
It's nice because he's like thinking ahead. He's like, oh, I'm gonna use this to stop the door from opening or from closing all the way.
Yeah,
that's fine. I don't think that would really
work. Okay, Bubble Yum. It's that stuff. The bubble tape.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, that's not... But Hubba Bubba. But it's something called Bubble Yum.
Okay.
Okay, it is one. It is something. It's got a duck as a mascot.
Okay.
A free-spirited duck who encourages people to blow their own bubble.
All right. Okay. All right. Moving on.
And that's what Nathan Drake is promoting in his
encouraging people to blow their own bubble.
Nathan Drake, blow your own bubble.
Blow your own bubble. Blow your own bubble.
Oh man. And I love, again, they brought up, we're talking about the sailors, how, you know, he was like, yeah, Ferdinand Magellan, the first guy to sail around the world. No, he just took all the credit.
Oh my goodness, that line kills me.
He took it so personally.
He did, but it's not. It's just the way they framed it as if he did. Because he's like, yeah, but he took all the credit. And then he looks over, and he's only making that face because he sees the map.
The map, but we don't know the map's there at that point.
Yeah, the way he says it, it's like, holy crap, this guy's got some history with this guy. Oh, no, he's just looking at a map. Edgy. It was hilarious.
He is. It was just like
both times I watched that, it cracked me up. I was like, why did he say it like that? Why is he so angry? I was like,
and he does the same thing when, you know, he's like, you know, maybe our parents are out there. Maybe they're lost.
They're not.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Because the difference between lost and gone, if it's lost, you can find it.
Yeah.
If it's gone, you can't. It's gone forever.
Which makes you think, like, Sam, how do you know? Were you there?
Well,
how do you know your parents are?
Okay. Canon, the mom kills herself and the dad gives him up. So the dad might not be dead, maybe? Maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know the mom had some sickness.
She had mental issues and she killed herself.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. At least that's what Marlowe tells us in the third game.
Oh, I was talking about in the fourth game in that flashback. You know, with the old lady.
Yeah. But Marlowe has has the file on him, and that's when we find out a lot. The first time we find out about his past.
Okay.
And then the fourth one, we get a little bit more. But not a whole lot.
That aside, this movie isn't going for canon. This movie doesn't give a crap about canon. Doesn't give a crap about canon.
I almost expected him at that point to give like the sad little orphan talk. Like, Mom and Dad are gone.
It's just you and me.
It's just you and me. Which they kind of do.
They do kind of. But then he doesn't really try.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, right after that, he leaves him for years.
Yeah, and all he does is send him postcards. Like, first off.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be 25 by now. Why aren't you just... the second he turns 18, why aren't you like getting him out of the orphanage and just being his
I get you were on the run from the police for burglary?
I guess, maybe? But that was 10 years ago or however long it is. 15, I don't know.
And he just can't like show his face.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, maybe they're still hunting Sam Drake every day. Those two police officers are like, where is he at?
They have a vendetta for him.
The kid that got away, we gotta get him.
They're like, the only kid that's ever gotten out. And they have his name tattooed on their forearms, so they always look at it and get angry.
First thing in the morning, they've divorced their wives. They don't see their kids that are obsessed with
their last name's Mancada.
Oh my God. It all ties together. Can you imagine, though?
Oh, man.
Now that would have been an interesting
That would have
twist.
been pretty cool.
Is if the Mancada family actually, from the beginning, had some kind of history with the Drakes.
Yeah. But then that would kind of make it like the... Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it's like, oh, he was destined to have great powers or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Instead of it just happening like it was supposed to.
Yeah, I guess.
I've never been a fan of that.
Well, honestly, I haven't seen a movie in forever. I'm like, it sounds vaguely familiar.
His parents were like secret agents, and they were creating something or whatever.
But Spider-Man comics are weird like that.
Well, yeah, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, they're weird, but it's not supposed... It's supposed to be an accident. It's supposed to be an
That's
accident.
generally what happens, but they have the twists and turns in Spider-Man.
It's supposed to be... Anyone can be Spider-Man.
But I'm like, they did the
Peter
whole thing.
Parker
I don't
had
know.
to be Spider-Man.
I watched the thing where they kind of condense a bunch of Spider-Man comics, where some of them are like clones, and some of them don't know they're clones, and some of them do.
Oh,
and they're trying to kill them, and all just different random things.
That's been regarded as like one of the worst runs of Spider-Man, though. It's
just weird. There's just weird stuff. Or like the devil making deals with him. I'm like, come on.
Everyone makes deals with the devil, though. I mean, that's whatever.
Yeah, because he wants their baby. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, that's fine. Just give the baby.
It's fine. It's just weird.
You can have another one.
No, he wanted their marriage or something like that. It's weird. It's just weird. I mean, Spider-Man is weird stuff. I'm saying, to that little twist, I thought it was okay, fine. That sounds like Spider-Man type stuff to me. It's messed up. It's weird.
It's all right.
I mean, it wasn't good, but I'm just saying.
All this to say, Sam was a crappy brother.
Yeah, he definitely
and Nate was too good of a brother to actually care that much after that.
He was a little kid. He was, quote-unquote, 8 years old.
Yeah, and now he's supposed to be 25, and he's still holding on to these postcards.
I mean, he's doing okay, man.
It's the modern world. Just send him a phone number and just call him.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, they have cell phones.
Yeah, they have GPS tracking, they have Tinder, they have all that crap. Oh, we haven't even talked about Marky Mark.
Oh, no, we'll get to him in a second, because I'm still wanting to talk about how weird, because you're right. Again, you're in New York. Like, how many people are, like, under the radar in New York? Or, I'm like...
So many, right?
I'm like, it's a big city. You can definitely lie, like, low there.
Yeah, was the orphanage in New York?
No, it was in Boston.
In Boston. I'll be on Massachusetts. I was like, I don't know where Boston is.
And I only know that because of the book.
Right.
So,
well, you got one up on me, so that's fine.
Right. Oh, no, you've got to listen to it. It's so much fun. So, it's weird. Honestly, I was like, oh, that's how they tie into Marky Mark. Because Boston.
Of course.
Oh, and I love it in the book they say that he has a slight urban accent or something like that, or like a slight accent. And I'm
Sully?
Like,
oh wow. Okay.
And I'm like, nah, he's got it.
Nope,
he's straight
Mark
up.
Wahlberg.
It's Mark Wahlberg. There's
There's no slight in there. Yeah,
Mark Wahlberg.
He can't do anything else. You know, I was surprised.
Yes.
Completely off topic, but in the Batman, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be able to do an accent. I've never heard him not be. What is he, Irish?
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I've never not heard him. It's like if Matthew McConaughey did a movie and
didn't have
his accent. Or Woody Harrelson. It kind of reminds me of that.
That would be interesting.
It's like, I've never heard them do something different. And I was
what kind of accent does Woody Harrelson have?
Like Western, Southern.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what his voice sounds like right now, and it's not popping
weird.
in my head.
No, I mean, I just know his nose. He's got a weird nose.
Yeah. Oh man,
he's kind of got a Southern accent.
And another thing I guess I don't get is like, why didn't I'm still on Sam? Why didn't he let Nate come with him?
Yeah, he's old enough.
They're both young. Okay, Sam was like 15.
Yeah, probably 15, 16, around there.
And I'm like, why couldn't he just bring his brother with him?
He literally brought him. He
brought him on a heist.
On the heist, I was like, you guys could just leave.
And their whole plan was that they were going to sell the map or do whatever, and then go on their own adventures type thing. So he was planning on bringing him anyways.
Yeah, it wasn't
on a very
hard.
Dangerous type thing. So why didn't he bring him the first time?
Because he's a crappy brother, bro.
Yeah,
he really is though. He's a crappy brother in the games.
Okay.
Well, the one game, he's a crappy brother in the game. He's a crappy brother in the movie. It all lines up.
You got to play Lost Legacy, man.
I know I do.
It's a great game.
I pre-ordered them. I got it for you. I remember. I saw them. I played my first 5 minutes of it. And I saw them. I need to finish Lost Legacy.
It's great.
You're right.
It's great. It's up there.
Sam's a bad brother. That's it.
Yeah. And then we finally flash forward to modern day, and it's just
Nathan Drake, a bartender.
Yes. I found out one thing that I learned because I did not understand in the movie. He walks into his job and he's like, the late great Nate,
and formerly employed
Nate, and I'm like, and then he goes to work, like Turns out, in the book, okay, this is the last. This is as far as I got. So out of here, I don't have more. But apparently, that boss would always expect employees to be there 10 minutes early, and that was why he calls them late, because he showed up 3 minutes early instead of 10 minutes early.
Okay,
but that wasn't in the movie. Did not. I was so I'm watching the movie and I'm like, how is he still have a job?
Is he actually fired? The way he said it though, it kind of seemed like he was messing with them though.
Yeah, but he seemed very serious afterwards.
Yeah,
he says it and you're like, oh, okay, funny, and then it did not feel funny after that. No. I was like, oh wait, maybe he was serious.
Wait, oh, he wasn't joking.
I don't know. Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah. Some of the relationships you're just not sure how to read.
Yeah, it's the chemistry is wrong with Tom Holland's Nathan Drake. It's he's not the jokey kind of guy. He's not you're gonna throw something at him, it's just gonna roll right off. He's kind of you throw something at him, it's gotta bounce and hit straight down. It's not gonna be oh, haha, you're so funny. He's not that kind of a guy, you know?
Yeah, because when he throws jokes out there, he's you got the great part right, and then
but the way you said, Tom Holland, not a great choice for Nathan Drake. The more I'm thinking about it, the more yeah, it wasn't really that great. With his character and how it worked,
yeah,
it's just not Nathan Drake. It's just not Nathan Drake.
I agree.
A different actor saying the same lines, Nolan North maybe,
oh my goodness,
and it would have been so much better.
Can you imagine Nolan North just ADRs the entire movie?
Oh, dude. I would love that so much.
It's still Tom Holland, but
every time his mouth opens, it's Nolan North.
Nolan North.
Oh, I would love that so much.
I'm not picturing now. I'm just
no, that'd be great.
That'd be hilarious. You know what? Technically, we have the book, and we can get the movie.
Oh man! You know what? Stay tuned, listeners.
We're ready for the edit of the century.
We're brewing something up.
I love it.
Dude, I'd be so down. Just lining up the freaking
I would dedicate a significant amount of time to
every time Tom Holland, all the audio cuts out and it's just Nolan North talking.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how else you would do
and probably the book probably doesn't line up so you can do all the lines. So only maybe 70% of the time it's Nolan North and then 30%
worth it though.
It's Tom Holland.
Worth it.
Oh, I would love to see that. He meets...
He's a bartender? That doesn't sound...
And he's pickpocketing, or not, he's basically pickpocketing. Yeah.
Nathan Drake wouldn't have a solid job. Period.
It kind of feels weird.
He wouldn't have a job where he's on a schedule ever. That does not work.
So this, according to the book, is his full-time job. And on the side he's a pickpocket.
No, it's gotta be. It's the other way around. It's freaking Peter Parker and the freaking pizza delivery thing. He's always late. He's about to be fired every time. It's not a 9 to 5. He's not working a 9 to 5 or anything like that. He doesn't have friends at work.
And I'll be honest,
he shows up, works, makes a little bit of money, and leaves.
I'll be honest. I feel so if he steals whenever he's bartending, people might trace that back.
Yeah. It was
oh yeah,
every time on every Friday from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're always losing stuff. There's always crimes being reported. I wonder. It's always this.
And they're always, they're drunk, so okay, maybe we lost it here or whatever. And they're
sure,
but at the same time, it's somebody probably at some point would put some stuff together.
Yeah,
so I wonder how long he's had this job.
That's his
long
second full-time job in a month or something.
Goodness. We don't know. We don't know. There's no clue. There's no okay, hey, this is the world that we're building type of a thing. Where he's been here this long, or he's been there long enough that he's got a reputation for being late.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah,
we kind of go straight from he's supposed to have a normal kind of weird life, where he kind of pickpockets a little bit to full treasure hunter, straight up treasure hunter, not bounty hunter, but treasure.
Because he gets picked up by Marky Mark.
Yeah, but it's not
And because he's you're doing this on the side.
He rolls right into it. It feels
Yeah, it's just in his blood.
As his origin,
Sam says, he's got pirate blood.
Pirate blood. Okay. It feels like this is supposed to be his origin, right? It'd be a little less easy for him, I guess. I don't know.
I can see that. I mean,
technically, the auction house scene, he does struggle a bit, but there's no harm, no foul. They get the cross.
He's bumbling through it. Yeah.
He's bumbling through. Jackie Chan style.
Jackie Chan.
Which is, it's okay.
It was fun. Honestly, the auction house was one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, it was one of the better scenes.
Not the best, but it was better. I think it was better than the Spain one when they're in the tunnels and everything.
Really?
I thought that was pretty boring.
I felt like that was one of the more...
It was more accurate.
Yeah, Uncharted-y feeling things. Because, like, they find the little hole in the wall, literally.
Yeah.
And they go in there.
That's the most... But, like, the characters didn't make any sense in that at all.
No.
Like, it just didn't feel right at the same time. I mean...
The bar scene was cool. I liked when he was fighting with the bottle. That was fun.
And it was good. That
was good.
In there was good. But the leading up to the fight...
everything else was not great.
Was not good.
And then we have Marky Mark fighting in the Papa John's. Oh, that one was fun.
Okay, that wasn't that bad. It felt weird.
Yeah. It felt wrong.
And I think my biggest thing, again, was the movie didn't know who was Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Because that's a side character type of a thing. Like, okay, I hate doing this, but like in the games, whenever there's a big fight, and Nathan, it focuses on Nathan Drake as he's trying to get back into the fight type of a thing, and you see the fight going on around him, and that's how you can know that stuff is going on. There's still tension, there's still struggle, but the focus doesn't leave the character, which you can't really do that in a video game too much, anyways. But
right.
I felt like the movie could have benefited from that a little bit instead of cutting as much as it did.
Don't focus on...
Stay with Nathan Drake, but also show that, hey, what's going on? I think they could... Okay, so if I was redoing that scene...
Okay.
I would have it...
We're talking about the underwater scene? Or
the tunnel scene.
The things filling up?
Boom going down, I would bring in the armored truck from the games. And have that going on, and as they're going down, they can see the grates, things are exploding, things are happening, and it makes it...
And they're chasing Sully?
Yeah, doing something. But you have that, you have the big set piece, you have everything that, to me, I think that would make it feel... Like, okay, that's a good Nathan Drake, Uncharted feel, but bring it into a movie format.
Okay, so would you swap Sully and Nate? Maybe have Sully down in the tunnel, Nate up top? You
could. I think you could go either way with it.
I could see it.
Like, if I was good, I see a mixture of Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4 with the armored truck type thing, where you can have interacting or like intertwining. Where there's like, and so like that way you're like, okay, it's always I think the only tension that came from that scene was when they were underwater.
Yeah.
And I think you could have built that tension up through the whole scene if you had that lurking.
Yeah, they kind of cut away so much you kind of forgot that they were
underwater.
Supposed to be drowning.
Well, Chloe did drown, kind of.
Yeah.
But it was weird because she like wasn't because he like shook her and she woke up.
Yeah, he didn't pump her stomach or anything.
Which I like that because that would be difficult to pull somebody out of water.
That makes sense.
Like he's holding on one hand, and then the other hand he's got her, and it's like,
she's
you're not gonna get up.
Yeah,
there.
no.
I don't know how many pull-ups you do, guy. Come on.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah, the fight was weird. It was definitely weird because it was focused definitely more on Mark and the girl, Braddock, and it was just like there wasn't tension for real. I didn't really feel it. It was like just focusing on the fight. Oh yeah, they're supposed to be drowning. Focus on the fight. Oh yeah, they're supposed to be drowning. And that's
what I liked about the games is like you don't leave the important thing.
Yeah, it should be focused on the drowning. Oh, they're fighting. Rather than, that makes sense. It's
like, that's what, again, the movie just did not know, and I thought this was hilarious, but when Mark Wahlberg got the call for the movie, he didn't know he was not going to be Nathan Drake.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, we got, he's like, yeah, okay, great, we're finally doing the movie, because he'd been trying to do it for years.
Yeah.
He had been tapped to do it, and he's like, all right, great, and we got Tom Holland as the other guy, and he's like, the other guy? What? And then that's when you realize that, I'm the old guy. Yeah, I was like, can you imagine that's how you find out?
No, that'd be horrible.
I might explain why they have no chemistry.
Yeah, no. Wow.
Oh, man.
They have horrible chemistry.
Okay, I think it wasn't that bad.
No, I do. I think it was really bad because, before the movie starts, they're like, hi, I'm Tom Holland.
Out of the promo material, I feel like they were green screen next to each other. I don't think they were standing next to each other.
That's even worse.
I feel like in the movie
still makes it bad.
Better, but
I think in the movie it was still bad.
It was bad. But
like all the quipping with each other didn't really work for me. Like it was there were a couple things where like, yeah, all right, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
I guess.
But a lot of it I'm just like Mark Wahlberg's being Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's trying to not be Peter Parker and it's just not working.
I'll be if they get a sequel, I wonder if we're
getting a sequel. I think we're getting a
sequel. Okay, I'm watching the box office numbers. They're still blowing like millions every week.
Yeah.
Like their drop off since last weekend has been only 8%.
Sheesh.
So I'm like,
they're making
decent. Money. So, but I'm saying if they go, bear with me here, if they go the Spider-Man route, where they just do a long drawn out, and by the time you get to the third movie, it's like, oh wow, this is Nathan Drake.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, this isn't an origin story. This is an origin story, guys. Come on. No way. Okay, that one was his origin story. No, okay, all right. This one's his origin story.
But how good was the third one for him?
It was good.
It was good.
It was good. It was good.
I feel like where's the button?
It was good.
Where's the button? It's on the tip of your tongue.
I'm trying to form my thoughts. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I do think some of the fan service did carry it really hard.
Absolutely.
I think without Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, I think it might have been better.
Whoa, okay.
I think it might have been better. I think they should have taken out a couple of villains. You know, take out Sandman, take out Electro.
Yeah, they weren't as necessary.
They weren't necessary. I think he could have just been Doc Ock and Green Goblin.
Yeah, but I feel like they're just throwing them in there.
It could have just been.
That's why you take out Doc Ock for like half the movie.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I think they shouldn't have had to do that. I liked it though. I do really like it.
Yeah,
the more I think about it, the more I'm like, well,
there's things that could be better. Obviously.
Yeah. Like the whole thing.
There's a good.
It was good. It was fine.
Yeah.
But the fact that the third
Spider-Man podcast, if you want to hear that one.
Well, the fact that the third movie is his origin story.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's kind of bad.
And that's why I'm like, it's not really so much of an origin story.
But it is. They literally say.
But like this trilogy is. Like it's Spider-Man movies that lead up to him really becoming the Spider-Man that we expected him to be.
I don't like that.
Which is fine. I get that.
I feel like with the amount of planning they've done with Kevin Feige and everything, they should have had it more tightly put together, you know?
I guess. I like it. I guess when movies take a longer time to do stuff, especially if you know you're getting the movies. Because I don't like it when things feel rushed, like this movie did. Because you have to cram an origin into an hour and a half, 2-hour movies. And like, even if it's a 3-hour movie, sometimes you just can't get everything you want in there.
I think we're using a really, really, really bad subject piece with Spider-Man in the MCU because he's in like 4 other movies.
Okay, yeah, but his character development those are not much at all.
That's fine, but it is pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay. But in Civil War, we get his quote-unquote origin story already. We already get when something bad happens and you have the power to not do it, that's on you or some crap like that. Okay, that's Spider-Man. Sure. There it is. And then we see Homecoming. Okay, that's Spider-Man. There it is. And then we see Far From Home. I don't know what that was supposed to be. And then we're like, all right, that's Spider-Man. There it is. And then we get No Way Home.
And that's why I look at it as
cut out the middle movie, make Vulture reveal his identity to everybody, and then go straight into No Way Home. Boom, done. Ba-ba-booey.
I guess.
Ba-ba-boo.
I just felt like the second one was like, all right, we're setting up, he's getting everything kind of he wanted, right? You know?
Yeah, do that in the first one.
Sure. But I feel like you needed to get the identity part in the first one.
There's no identity in the first one. What are you talking about?
Like, he had to move past just kind of being... I don't know. I have to rewatch him to kind of go back more into that. But I felt like it was an overarching, like, you have a good long setup for each one that pays off more in that third one. Like, okay, you got the girl. Because he kind of got the girl, but didn't get the girl in the first one. Then you got the girl in the second one.
Could have got the girl in the beginning of the third movie. And it would have been fine.
Sure. Then he, kind of gets his secret identity, all that stuff. And then he loses it, and then to the second one. And then that's when it sets up the final act, which is when he finally tries to fix all the problems.
Nah, man. It shouldn't take 3 movies to do that.
Okay, I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying I think it benefits when you can have a long-form storytelling, like a TV show.
Here's what I think. I'm going to completely cut you off. If they'd shot all 3...
Back to back,
it would have been cool.
Okay.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Sure.
Twilight.
I think most trilogies should do that if it's possible, but most of them do not for a lot of reasons.
That could have been possible. They could have done it.
Scheduling, he had to do Devil May Cry and Cherry.
Devil May Cry?
Oh, Devil All the Time, sorry. I was thinking
Say what?
The Devil All the Time, sorry. Okay. Devil All the Time, Cherry, I'm making a joke.
And the Devil All the Time, he plays the same thing. I don't know, man.
I've not seen it.
We don't
I'm
need to talk
not
about
watching
that movie.
them.
Do not watch that movie. Don't watch that movie. It's not a good movie.
Oh man, so
it's okay. It's fine.
Where are we in the
This
movie?
is a fine origin story.
We're going on
okay.
to Spider-Man.
It's okay.
For Uncharted or Spider-Man?
No, Uncharted.
Uncharted, okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's just not Nathan Drake's origin story. This is Tom Holland. It's Nathan Drake's story.
Tom Holland. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Mark Wahlberg wanting to relive his glory days. I wonder where they got that mugshot from, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? That's where his mugshot came from, by the way.
Is it for real?
No.
I was gonna say
it's probably just fake.
Come on. Yeah, they had to fake it.
You never know.
No way. No way.
It's
They
probably
wouldn't do that. His PR guy was not allowed that to happen. Oh man, we haven't even talked about the villains in this movie.
Oh.
So we've got technically three villains.
It's Joe Braddock, isn't it? The girl.
Joe Braddock.
Joe Braddock.
She's a girl. She's
She's basically the
kicking butt, taking names
type character in the fourth one.
Yeah.
In this movie, except she's
not bad.
She's a competent fighter, but it's like she's not
an incompetent leader.
Yeah, she's an incompetent leader, incompetent at everything else.
And Nadine in the games was competent in just about everything.
Yeah,
I thought
she's
the one that
in control the whole time.
The only reason I think things were not going well is because she had to bend over backwards for Rafe.
Yeah.
So like,
if she'd been able to do things her way, it would have been done.
Because she was like, if we had done things my way, we would have gotten it already.
Yeah.
Because she is like, I know what I want to do, but she had to stop because the client who's funding everything was doing things his way because he wanted to. It was just.
And then in this one, she's incompetent and
completely incompetent.
What's his name? Antonio Banderas is actually competent, and he's kind of. It's flipped.
It is.
If she hadn't been in the way, everything would have been fine. They would have gotten it, and they would have been cool. And Chloe would have.
Maybe.
Chloe got
would they have gotten it though?
Yes.
Because she had the wrong coordinates. Chloe, Chloe, I kind of heard as the third antagonist.
Yeah, no.
You know, she gives them the coordinates to the treasure, but it wasn't the right coordinates, and they only found the right coordinates because they followed Nathan Drake.
Yeah, but I'm saying leading up to that, they would have been fine.
Yeah.
And then there's this very little mini 5-minute scene we have in the middle of the plane, right before we get to the final set piece.
Oh, you talking about? Oh my goodness, the spoiler thing.
Yeah.
So, big spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie.
I guess. It doesn't really do anything,
it doesn't
but
matter
it is a
All.
spoiler.
I feel like, the spoiler warnings, but at the same time, this movie can't be spoiled.
No.
She turns and she kills.
Freaking Mancada. He's in the middle of this. It's not even a big speech, because he's sitting down, he's just kind of being like, yeah, we did it,
Well, he gets passionate. I like that.
He does.
I will do this, and he's going off on it.
Oh, does he? Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember that. And it's so forgettable.
He gets built up. And
then she
the look of shock on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, he killed it.
No, he was the best part of the movie. Yeah. He was hamming it up, as they say.
He had so
chewing
much fun.
the scenery.
He was, that's why they should not have gotten rid of him like that.
He would have been a good bad guy for the final piece. It didn't matter who it was.
Honestly, if I had seen him and Nathan Drake's sword fight, that would have been amazing.
That would have been great.
Because
he would have been like a fencer all his life and stuff, and it would have made sense. He would have had professional training. What was it, Rafe in the fourth one where that happens? That would have been great because he's fighting on the flying ships and stuff.
He's the unhinged millionaire or billionaire or whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I said, they take a lot from the fourth game. Like, you could have easily done that.
But no, we get freaking Joe Braddock, who comes over, slices his neck for no reason.
And the actress did a good job.
Yeah, she was fine. She was fine. The character...
Oh my goodness. Like, what are you doing?
And the two bodyguards or whatever are like...
The Scottish.
Nodding the whole time. I was like...
Scotty.
Like, as if it was planned. It was like, it would have been great if they'd shown us that it was kind of planned.
I feel like they were just saying because they didn't want to get killed next. Because she was like, I'm doing a hostile takeover right now.
But it's not even that, because they were already working for her. They were already her goons. Who cares?
Were they?
Yes.
I feel like she was just an employee over his other employees.
No, 100% not.
Well, I mean, maybe, he hired her.
Yeah.
But I'm like, because that was another thing. We don't know where the loyalties lie.
No.
On a lot of this stuff.
Just with the money. And the money was with him. And now, all of a sudden, she somehow has the money.
Well, and I guess because they were already on the plane, so they didn't really need anything else.
Yeah.
But I'm also okay, how are the mercenaries going to get paid from here on out? I guess they're hedging on the bet that, they're going to get the treasure and they're going to get a cut of that.
Yeah, I guess. Which, if she just killed the big boss, you'd assume, she's probably not going to split it with anybody.
But also, the dad, he killed the dad, so, I mean...
Well, that was because he was cutting the funds.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, okay, would the money still be in effect?
Yeah, no, that's true. It was like, whatever, House of Makata dead.
Yeah.
Money automatically already goes to all the charities because it was in his will. Son not getting any. Very suspicious. Period.
Yeah, I'm like, there'll be a big investigation. I'm assuming like a lot of the assets will be frozen.
Yeah.
During the investigation,
because like the son would definitely not.
It wasn't like a subtle killing. It was like, hey, we're gonna slice your throat in the back of the car.
Yeah.
In the car.
In public, in front of that big monastery thing. It was like a big
that they own.
Yeah. So
like, he's killed on their property in his car.
I'm probably like, security cameras.
I mean, unless they paid off every like police officer and inspector and whatever. Oh yeah, he's on vacation right now for a couple years.
Yeah, which I guess I could.
I'm trying to think of how they do it. Maybe the book will tell me. I don't know.
It probably will.
I sure hope so.
We might make a part 2 after the book where you come in and just rant about how much better the book is.
Oh my goodness! Well, that's one thing I like about novelizations is like you get so much more detail. Because the movie's just like well, whatever.
Just don't worry about it.
And the writer's like, okay, maybe this is what's happening, type of a thing. I'm hoping. So yeah, he kills him, she kills him, and we're on our own.
Right, and we're in the final set piece, which I enjoyed this one with the 2 ships. They were flying in on helicopters.
It was cheesy, but it was fun.
I liked the scene where they crash into each other and then they jump onto the other pirate ship like pirates.
Yeah,
that was fun. I enjoyed that. Some people didn't like it. I thought it was enjoyable.
It was good.
It's a fun popcorn flick movie thing where you just letting the stuff happen. Don't think about it. Don't play the Uncharted games. If you like the Uncharted games, don't watch this movie. But
watch the movie.
Watch the movie,
but be extremely setting the bar low. The bar is extreme. The bar's on the ground.
Take a handful of salt. Don't take a grain. Take a whole handful and just sprinkle it all over your meal.
That sounds
as you're watching this movie.
As you're watching the movie. Again, I support Uncharted. I hope they get a sequel.
No, I want this to succeed. I want there to be more cameos. We didn't talk about the cameo yet. The plane scene happens.
The best part of the movie.
They're on the ground. They're stranded. They go to some tropical island, and then the freaking Uncharted theme starts playing, but it's like tropical music. Yeah, it's like through a woodwind. It's like it was so fun. And then we get the boy, Nolan North, lounging on the beach. He's like, "Oh, what happened to you guys?" Got hit by a car and fell out of the plane. He's like, I had something like that happen to me once. Well, you two have... He's like, good luck or whatever. And then it was so good. It was the best part of the movie.
All right, let me ask you this. So that's basically the movie. What do you think about the end credit scenes?
There's 2, right?
There's 2. There's the stinger and then there's the end credit.
So the first one is where we go to the prison. And we see his brother writing the letters. Who's sending these letters? Do they do that? What kind of a prison?
Not that kind of prison.
Yeah, like they would not. They would be burning those letters. They would be burning them and seeing the secret messages he's been sending the whole time. If he's in prison, why would he not just put in the secret ink? How does he have the secret ink? First off, what's he using?
Apparently, you need lemons.
Okay, how does he have that?
Obviously, it's a 5-star prison.
Why is he not saying he's been imprisoned and he needs his brother to come save him?
He's not sending postcards from prison. I don't think...
Yes, he was literally writing it in the prison.
He was writing, but I don't think they're going out.
How is he getting all the postcards? How is the jury getting the postcards? He opens up a chest and he has like 50 postcards.
His brother was sending them before he got shot.
I guess. But do you think he would have been like, "Oh, you stopped sending me postcards? Oh, what's going on?" And then
I think he did. I think that's what happened.
Okay, and he's still out here bartending. He's not going to go search for his brother, who's been consistently, bi-weekly sending postcards, and now he's.
What? I wonder how long of a time between Sam getting shot.
There is no time in this movie.
Yeah, but like
the next day they're there.
I'm like, I feel like okay. Sam gets shot. Sully comes back, looks for his brother, and then recruits him.
Yeah.
So maybe he's getting like a postcard like once a month, maybe, or twice a year.
Maybe. But hey, that's a lot of postcards.
How many postcards were there? It was like 20, right?
He had like a stack.
They're thick.
I guess.
Okay, so let's say there's
he lays them out. All right.
There's 15 years.
There's probably 6 across, 6 down, 36.
36 postcards over 15 years.
Probably.
That's like 2 a year. A little bit more.
Yeah, I hate that math. Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying. So he could very theoretically
sense.
have not sent one, and it would have been fine. He wouldn't have suspected anything because it just hasn't been that time yet.
It makes sense. Postcard, whatever, cool. Or after credit scene, or before credit scene?
Yeah, that was this. Technically called
the stinger. Okay, whatever. Setting us up for a sequel.
Yeah.
Doesn't compare to the Hitler post credit scene. Doesn't matter.
In what movie was
Kingsman. Kingsman. I love that so much. After credit scene, yeah, it was fine. That was the most Uncharted it felt.
It was a direct reference to the first game.
Yeah, and he shows up, and then they're escaping or whatever, and they stop and they look scared. Is that what it is?
Like something happened,
and that's it.
So is that what are the odds that scene's going to make it into the next movie?
I think it's going to open up with that scene.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they're really going to do that? I'm just worried. Yeah. I feel like they're going to forget about it. Yeah. I feel like it's like, yeah, okay, we made that scene, and we're moving on to a completely different thing.
I mean, that could happen, but I won't. I'm surprised they didn't even mention Elena at all in this whole movie. Like, why not, like, in a newspaper article, just have her name be there,
yeah,
right?
That's why I was hoping for a cameo or something at least. At that
something.
Point. Like, just, or, hey, yeah, we've got this reporter type of...
Yeah.
I would love to have seen that. But if they're setting up the first game in the end credit scene, maybe we'll get her in the second movie. If they do not bring her in the second movie, I will be shocked.
Yeah. Okay. So, Uncharted 2 movie. Give me your...
based off of the first movie?
Give me your... No. Yeah, based off the first movie.
So, okay, like, if this was a continuation of this series.
Okay. Give me what bad guy would you want to be in it? What story from the game? What treasure? And what companions do you want to be meeting?
I don't think we have enough to set up Uncharted 3 yet, so I'm going to say Uncharted 2.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
You know what? I would mix it in a little bit more of Uncharted 4 with the brother type thing. So I would bring in...
Would you make it... No, go ahead.
Go first. So I would have it where Sam breaks out. He's feeding lies to Nate about something. He's actually working in collusion with the bad guy, which I would have Lazarevich or whatever.
Yeah,
or I guess they're setting up Roman. So something like that. But I would have some kind of like more of a menace as a bad guy than just like a billionaire type person.
Yeah.
Like this guy is dangerous.
He's gonna do stuff.
Type of a thing. So you believe it, but then you find out that Sam's actually working with the bad guy for some reason, whatever.
Okay.
I would introduce Elena again. I'm basically ignoring the games at this point. Canon's out the door.
No, yeah.
Which is
but
fine.
Like cherry pick stuff from the
so
games.
I would introduce Elena. I would bring Chloe back too, though. And I would have it, but I would do it like the movies where she kind of disappears about halfway through the movie. Okay. Chloe does.
Okay.
And then I would basically kind of end it like Uncharted 2 with like a character dying almost, and then coming like they have to save him. Like
I don't remember that. Who dies?
Well, maybe I'm thinking of Uncharted 3. But I would have a character like, okay, oh my goodness, this character's dead. It's Uncharted 3. That's Sully. But
I thought it was 1.
That also in 1. Also in 1.
Really?
Yeah. So they do it twice.
I remember the first one. I don't remember the third one.
That was journal
the first one.
catches the bullet in the first one.
Yeah. Oh.
Third one, it was a hallucination.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Second one.
That's lame.
I think Elena dies. Quote unquote. She gets hurt really
Flynn
bad.
Dies in the second one.
I think we could bring in a Flynn character.
I love Flynn.
Yeah, but I don't know if that'd be too much with Sam's character. I think you need to bring Sam back for the second one at least.
Could be his. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Or if I was going to do opposite, that's one option. I would do the second one where ignore Sam for that second movie.
He's dead.
He's not there. We bring in the Flynn type character, have a little adventure type thing, really establish his character, who is Nathan Drake, and then third movie bring in Sam.
Bet. Okay.
And again, if I did that, I'd do third movie. I would do Marlowe. I think having some secret organization type of a thing that they have to defeat, I think would be a good plot point for the third movie.
Okay. All right. So Sam, Lazarevich,
okay,
kind of Chloe, kind of have.
I think you do like the third one where you kind of get half of this and then half of that.
Would you do treasure? Would you do a treasure?
What kind of treasure? I'd do Lost City.
Lost City.
I think we didn't get enough of a Lost City in this one.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that's not what it was. So
that's fine. I think we need a Lost City though.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, all right.
What about you?
Well, you just had Rafe, basically, so... Rafe is my favorite bad guy, for sure.
He was fun. You need somebody good to play him.
Yeah, like maybe the actor.
Because you got to be, like, at the same time...
I know.
The guy who's from It's Always Sunny. Dennis.
Dennis?
Dennis's
He would
character.
be a great Rafe. Oh, he would be amazing.
Come on, yeah.
He would be perfect. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna choose somebody else because you already chose one.
Oh, okay.
Who would I want? Give me a sec. Let me think about it. Maybe a Hugh Jackman. I want a bad Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
You know, he doesn't play bad guys a whole lot.
No, he doesn't.
I can see it.
Say the most bad guy he's played was the dude from Prisoners, and he was still not a bad guy.
Yeah, I can see it.
He's a bad guy, but you're not bad guy, as they say.
Okay, all right. All right, so what would the story follow?
I would also do 2. Lost City type deal.
It makes sense.
It's so good.
It's a great sequel.
I would go freaking supernatural. I would bring in the freaking Yetis. I would go all in on that crap.
Okay.
And I would, introduce Elena.
That's why I think you have to do Lost City, yeah.
Yeah, introduce Elena. Give me Cutter.
I love Cutter, man.
Lazarevich, for sure. I want...
played by the same person, just different makeup.
Yeah, let's go. Same guy. Oh, dude, they could do that. They really could. What was his name? It was Richard something, right? No, that's
Sully.
Richard McGonagall or whatever.
I'll look it up.
Graham McTavish.
Okay.
Graham McTavish.
Good job.
I would want him to play both. I think we haven't done that in such a long time, where you have multiple characters of the same actor, you know?
Okay. I can't think of the last time I've seen that.
Not played as a gag, but like straight up. Like
I can't think of the last time I've seen that.
You know those Eddie Murphy movies where he plays a bunch of characters.
Okay, I did just watch him in a movie,
Perry,
so okay, that makes sense.
Oh my god,
that's a comedy though.
That's what I'm saying. Don't play it as a gag. Play it straight. Play it straight. Social Network. Armie Hammer plays 2 brothers.
I guess, but they're supposed to be twins.
Well, sure, but they're still 2 different people.
Okay, I guess.
I want to do that. I want them to full send it.
That'd be amazing.
It'd be a little difficult to do.
Yeah.
You just don't have them in the same exact shot.
Pretty simple to do.
Yeah, it's really not that difficult.
I'm like, nowadays you could easily do it. All right, I can see it.
That's what I want. Yeah, I would want them both to be played by them. I don't know about who I would want for Elena, if you would have to cast somebody. I don't even know that many.
What about that one girl?
Blonde actress.
From Game of Thrones. It's not Sophie Turner. It's the one the smirking girl. I can't remember her name.
Is it something with Jamie?
Sure, we'll just go with that. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the girl. Yeah,
I'd have her.
who marries the Tommen boy?
Yes.
Yeah, her. She'd be good.
That's what I would pick.
I haven't seen her in literally anything else, but she'd probably be pretty good. If they were older people, I would go with Rosalind Pike. I think the girl. I remember her from the Jack Reacher movie. Do you remember that with Tom Cruise? Yeah, I want her. Doesn't matter. She was the Gone Girl, I think.
Did not watch that.
I haven't watched that either. I just
remember. I just remember Ben Affleck's in the movie.
She's blonde.
My second choice would be Florence Pugh.
Oh yeah, Florence Pugh.
She would be.
I haven't seen her play a straight role. I've only seen her in Black Widow and Hawkeye though. So
yeah,
that'd be why.
But I
heard
think
she's a good actor. She'd be good. Yeah,
I heard she'd be good.
Yeah.
So all right. So this movie, what would you rate it?
Solid 5.
Solid 5?
6. Yeah.
Okay, it's a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It's light entertainment.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Which is good. Like it's something that you can enjoy if you just don't think about it too much. If you're a fan of the series,
people don't do this anymore. If it's on TV, I would watch it. People don't.
Absolutely.
Like it's not like you're not flipping channels anymore. But if I was flipping channels and I was like, Uncharted, yeah, I'll watch that. But I'm not gonna go buy it.
I was gonna say, are you gonna buy it? I'm gonna get it. I gotta get it.
But I'm looking in the shelves. It's not gonna. I'm gonna pass right over
Uncharted.
I'm going
for the Steelbook.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
The collector's edition,
box
set type crap.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if I'm looking on the shelf, I'd be like,
absolutely,
Uncharted, and I'd keep going. That's how I would. What would you rate it?
Oh, easily a 4.
4. See, 4 goes into bad territory. I don't think it was bad.
To me, you have a different grading scale than I do. 4 is like, it was okay, but it was like not a great movie at all.
Okay, what's a 9 for you?
A 9? Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, maybe?
Good lord. What's a 7?
A 7 would be maybe Civil War, or...
Wow. What's an 8?
An 8?
Maybe
8's a Civil War.
Okay. What's your 7?
That's a great question. What's something I've really liked? You know what? I'm going to give... Wow, what is a 7?
Yeah, 7.
I normally just go either really good or really bad. I don't have mids.
There's hard mids. Uncharted's a mid for me.
It's a mid, but it's a lower mid.
No, it's exactly mid 5 for
me.
For me,
I get that. I'm just saying, for me, that's it's like a step down. Yeah.
6 is decent for me. 7, yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't remember.
8,
I've sent you my grading scale before, and I don't want to look at it
9,
up.
oh, it was amazing. 10, I want to live in this world. I want to breathe it.
Okay, in that case, Star Wars is a 10, because that's what I would want.
Well, never mind. Star Wars is never a 10, ever.
I'm just kidding.
If
we're talking about like what world we want to be in, I'm like, absolutely Star Wars.
Like, not world, but
like you want to just live in the movie.
Yeah.
Type of a thing. I get that.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if I was looking for like a world building thing, I'm a Star Wars hands down.
Yeah, or like, I wish I worked on that set just to be around
still
the people
Star
for
Wars
that.
At that
I would
point.
want to do that. Lord of the Rings for me.
Yeah,
number one
I get that. I get it. I understand. I think you're wrong, but I get it.
No, you don't. What's your 7? Give me a 7.
Oh, wow. I can't even think of a 7
Give me a
right
6.
now. A 6 would be like Pacific Rim.
Really?
Maybe a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
A 7 would be Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, that's fair. Overrated.
That's a 7 for me.
Just kidding, that's fine.
I don't think I have anything that's like an actual 10.
What's a 3?
A
really?
3? Wow, 3 would be probably like Batman vs Superman.
Okay, fair enough.
Would be a 3 for me, or
I would definitely put
either the Justice Leagues. Actually, I put Snyder Cut at a 3, and then Justice League at like a 2 or a 1.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
So,
all right,
that's fair. It's decent, I guess. Like I said, I like the movie. I'm like, I'm not even gonna say it's a good movie. No, it's just fun.
It's fine. It's fine.
Like I can enjoy a movie for its merits, rather than how
there's no merit.
The merit is the thought behind it.
The name of the movie alone,
honestly,
and Uncharted and Nolan North. That's it.
I even taken out Nolan. I'm like, they get me on Uncharted, just the name. I'm like, all right, that's an automatic 3 for me. If it's fun, it's a 4.
Fair. Okay.
I'm like, if it was good, it'd be like a 5.
Fair enough.
And if it was like really good, it'd be up higher than that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna say on that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next time we are talking Batman.
Ooh, yes.
And we got some fun thoughts on that. And I honestly think Riddler was an overrated character. So we'll get more into that.
The freak is that supposed to mean?
You'll find out.
What the freak
next time
is that
on
supposed to mean?
The Mediators.
What the freak is that supposed to mean?